Hi guys, and welcome to this lesson. I am Niamh McGarrell, the English coach at Inglese Vincente. And in today's video, I will finally answer one of the most requested questions that I get asked about learning English, okay? So people say to me, Niamh, what is the difference between to do and to make? Between these two verbs, okay? What is the difference? Okay, because in English, these two verbs are separate, okay? But in Italian, like many other languages, for example in Spanish too, these two verbs are only one, okay? Only one verb exists for our two verbs. And so what does this mean? Well, basically it means that it's more difficult for you to understand when to use the verb, okay? When to use to do and when to use to make. So let me give you the answer, okay? The answer in its simplest form. If you want to write this down, you can put to do, to make, and draw a line down the middle, and you can put the different categories underneath, okay? To do, to make, a line down the middle, okay? So let's start with to do. When do we use to do? Number one, we use to do for work and jobs, okay? Work and jobs. So, I did my homework last night, okay? To do. Number two, when you want to replace the verb with to do, when the verb, the action, is obvious, okay? For example, I did the dishes. The dishes is the plates, okay, or bowl, what you eat dinner from, okay? If I said, I did the dishes, we are replacing I cleaned or I washed with the verb to do. Because in this situation, in this scenario, the verb is obvious, okay? So number two, replace the verb when it's obvious with to do. Okay? Number three, when you are speaking about noises and speaking, okay? For example, do you want to give a speech? Okay? You do a speech, okay? And the last thing is for some sports, okay? So in one of my other videos, check it out, I speak about the different three verbs we use in sports. One of those is the verb to do, okay? You do karate, okay? You do individual sports. So, to do, work and jobs, replace the verb when it's obvious, noises and speaking, and some sports. Okay? Now, let's look at to make. Okay? To make. So now, on the other side of the page, you want the categories for to make. The first one, emotions, okay? You make me happy. You make me sad. That movie made me laugh, okay? Emotions, reactions. Made me happy. Made me laugh, okay? So 1, emotions and reactions, okay? Number 2, food and drinks. I will make dinner at 7 o'clock, okay? To make dinner. Drinks, can you make me a coffee? Can you make me a tea? Okay, so number 2, food and drinks. Number 3, clothing materials. Okay, so we use to make to talk about materials. For example, this t-shirt is a material. Okay, it's made from cotton. Okay, the material. What are the clothes made from? Okay, so that is number 3. And the last one, number 4, is when you want to make a decision. Okay, decision making for tasks and planning. For example, if tonight I am going for dinner, am I going to make a reservation in an Italian restaurant, or am I going to make a reservation in a Chinese restaurant? Okay, so to make is for decision making. Okay, so 1, emotions and reactions. 2, food and drinks. 3, clothing materials. And 4, decision making. Okay, so in case you didn't get that, let me repeat the categories one more time. To do. Okay, to do. Work and jobs. Replacing the verb when it's obvious. Noises and speaking. And some sports. To make. Emotions and reactions. Food and drinks. Clothing materials. And decision making. Okay, so that is the core fundamental differences of when to use to do and when to use to make. Okay.